Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving deep into mastering programmatic UI in iOS. So if you've ever wanted to build apps that are faster, more flexible, and honestly just easier to work on with a team, you are in the right place. We're going to see how to do it all with code and maybe, just maybe, say goodbye to storyboards for good. Let me ask you something. As a developer, do you ever feel kind of limited by the visual tools? Do you crave that absolute pixel-perfect control over every single element on the screen? If you're nodding your head right now, then yeah, this is for you. Okay, think of it like this. Using storyboards is kind of like buying a suit right off the rack. I mean, it works, it's pretty fast, but it's never going to be a perfect fit, right? Programmatic UI, on the other hand, that's your custom tailored suit. Every single stitch is under your control. That means you get total precision, collaboration is a breeze because you're just dealing with text files, and your views can be way more dynamic and reusable. All right, let's officially kick this off. First up, we're going to explore the core motivation here. Why on earth would a developer choose to write code for their UI instead of just using the simple drag-and-drop world of storyboards? Well, the answer is actually way bigger than just personal preference. This is about gaining serious precision in your designs, building components that you can reuse all over your app, and this is a big one, solving those real-world workflow problems that always pop up when you're on a team. You know what I'm talking about, those awful merge conflicts that happen when two people try to change the same visual file. Yeah, this helps fix that. Okay, enough talk about the why. Let's get our hands dirty with the how. In this section, we are going to build our very first view controller completely from scratch using nothing but good old code. So our journey begins right here by creating a custom class that inherits from view controller. Think of this as our digital canvas. Instead of some separate visual file, this one code file, we'll just call it my view controller, is the foundation where we are going to build and define every single piece of our screen. Now, here's a really great pattern for keeping your code super clean, using closures to create your UI elements. So instead of setting up a label line by line inside your main logic, you wrap its entire configuration into this neat, self-contained block. This little closure creates the label, sets up all its properties, and then just hands it back, all ready to go. It's a simple trick, but wow, it keeps your code so much tidier. Okay, stop. This right here, this single line of code, is absolutely crucial. If you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this one. This line basically tells the system, hey, back off. I'm going to define this view size and position myself using auto layout. Let me handle it. Forgetting this one line is probably the #1 cause of headaches for anyone new to programmatic UI. So, once we're inside the view load view method, it's just a simple 3-step dance. First, you set up the main view, maybe give it a nice background color. Second, you add your new label to the view hierarchy. And third, you activate your constraints. That's what tells the label exactly where to live on the screen, in our case, smack dab in the center. Great. So we've built our view in code. But how do we tell the app to actually show it when it launches? In this next section, we're going to solve exactly that. We're launching our app without ever touching a storyboard file. You know, in a traditional project, the app launch is handled by this reference to main.storyboard that's buried somewhere deep in your project settings. It feels a bit like magic. But the programmatic way, oh, it's just so beautifully simple and direct. I mean, look at that one line of code, window.rootViewController equals myViewController.create. You are explicitly telling the app, this is my first screen, start right here. No magic, no hidden settings, just clear, easy-to-read code. And really, the entire process in the scene delegate boils down to just 3 simple lines. You create the window, you tell it that your custom controller is the root, and then you just make the window visible. That's it. You have officially taken full control of the app's launch sequence. And this control doesn't stop at launch either. Once your app is up and running, moving between screens is just as simple. Whether you're pushing a new view onto the stack or presenting one modally, it's all done with a single explicit line of code. No more weird visual segues to manage. You've got direct control over the entire user journey. So, you've done all the work, you've written the code, but what do you really get for all this effort? Let's talk about the big picture payoff, especially when you're working with other people. The benefits here are pretty significant. Your app becomes way more scalable, so it's much easier to manage as you add new features. Your architecture is cleaner because the view and all of its logic live right there together in the same code file. And crucially, your UI becomes so much easier to test automatically, which always leads to stronger, more robust apps. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It's so true, isn't it? Thinking about scalability from day one isn't just some academic thing. It's about making sure the app you're building today can actually grow and thrive tomorrow without needing a massive rewrite. And this really shows you what that looks like in your day-to-day work. For your team, it means spending way less time fixing those painful merge conflicts from storyboard files. It means you can build up a whole library of reusable UI components. And it means you can write tests that automatically confirm your UI looks and behaves exactly the way it's supposed to. So, after seeing all of this, the control, the clarity, the massive team benefits, the final question is really for you. Does the precision and the power you get from programmatic UI outweigh the initial convenience of the visual tools? Is it finally time to trade in your storyboard for code?